Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is INGRID ANNMARIE MCLAREN, and today I'll be presenting on the integration of a writing module in a chemistry course, students' perception of current and future utility. The photos here on this screenshot are of myself, Dr. Ingrid McLaren, in the orange jacket, and Elaine Fenelus, my research assistant. I'm a senior lecturer and former head of the Department Language, Linguistics and Philosophy at my university, the University of the West Indies, which is situated in Jamaica. I also hold a PhD in education psychology. My major areas of academic focus include curriculum development and interdisciplinary pedagogy. I have developed courses in technical writing and business communication, and approximately 10 years ago initiated the Writing Across the Curriculum program in both social sciences and science faculties. This initiative continues in the Faculty of Science and Technology and has led to an appreciable number of publications on different aspects of writing across the curriculum, with consistent agitation for buy-in on the part of the university and other areas of academic learning. Elaine Fenelus, my research assistant, is a linguistics candidate at the University of the West Indies. She received a Bachelor of Arts in English Studies at the University of the Bahamas and a Master's in Linguistics at UWI-Mona. Her current research focuses on the interpretation and comprehension of translated Haitian Creole proverbs by Jamaican Creole speakers. The positive impact of writing across the curriculum and writing in the discipline strategies on students' writing and learning in the sciences was our primary motivation for initiating a writing across the curriculum program in the Faculty of Pure and Applied Sciences at my university, where there was a general consensus among the teaching staff that there was a need to elevate the standard of scientific writing. There was also concern that although these students had been exposed to the principles of academic writing in their Level 1 English Language Foundation courses, they seemed unable to transfer the skills acquired in these courses to their science courses. So it was against this background that writing across the curriculum was initiated in the Faculty of Pure and Applied Sciences. It is important to note that research findings emanating from writing across the curriculum and writing in the discipline initiatives have been positive and yielded valuable insights, not only relating to the positive effects of the teaching of writing, but also generally to the areas of academic literacy and science education. In most cases, these findings were supported by the literature. For example, findings reveal that feedback on writing has a positive effect on writing performance. In the cases under study, a preliminary level biology course and a level 2 secondary ecology course, students were required to rewrite lab reports based on the comments and resubmit these. In both cases, there was a positive and significant difference in performance on the redrafted submissions. And in the case of ecology students, a significantly high performance also in examinations on the part of those who had consistently done redrafts compared to those who had not. There was also a similar trend in another case, a level 2 molecular genetics course where students were encouraged to redraft essays based on feedback. Results showed that those who did this consistently achieved higher examination marks, although not significantly so, than those who had produced drafts inconsistently. Moreover, Brownwell, Price and Steinman in 2013 reported that students showed gains in both the perception of their understanding of primary scientific papers and of their abilities to communicate science to both scientific and layperson audiences by use of primary literature and writing assignments directed toward laypersons and scientists. In support of this, Holstein et al. In 2015 report that students who write in a variety of genres are better able to make the connection between the audience and its relation to specific field knowledge. This is also supported by Stewart et al. 2015, whose results from the implementation of a writing instruction initiative program revealed that students strongly believed that their participation in the program enhanced their ability as scientific writers. Indeed, most of the students felt that the program had helped in the development of their final undergraduate research thesis. At the same time, decades of research in educational psychology have revealed that students are more motivated to engage in learning, persist longer, and learn more when they find some type of value in what they are learning. We therefore thought it important to include some measurement of the utility value theory, which would inform us of student perception of the long-term or short-term usefulness of the intervention. This theory is grounded in the expectancy value framework of achievement motivation and the real-world experience of educators who are trying to increase student motivation and engagement in their courses. The usefulness of this intervention has been noted based on numerous field trials which have demonstrated enhanced learning outcomes among students, which include course-specific performance and interest, and long-term outcomes such as course taking and persistent in a major. The group on the study comprised 47 second-year organic chemistry students, 12 males and 35 females, who were subdivided into 4 laboratory groups comprising approximately 12 students each. In keeping with the Massachusetts Institute of Technology model for their writing across the curriculum, we required that English language communication instructors collaborate with chemistry instructors to design curricular interventions in communication that would serve to improve student performance on the subject matter. This collaborative teaching initiative involved careful planning of both parties to ensure balance and relevance in the content of the material delivered to students. Both English language communication and chemistry instructors share delivery in such a way as to ensure that the following areas were adequately covered and seamlessly linked. The areas included structure, content of lab reports, ethics, plagiarism, clarity in expression, proofreading. The following research questions guided the study. Number 1, what are students' general perception of the impact of the initiative on their writing? Number 2, how do students rate the utility, future and current, resulting from the writing intervention? And number 3, what is the perception of both chemistry and communication skills instructors regarding the impact of the initiative? The organic chemistry course ran for a period of 10 weeks. In this 10-week period, the groups were on occasion split into 3 subgroups, with the same topic being taught for 2 consecutive weeks. As a result, students got breaks in between sessions. The duration of the writing intervention for both groups was 1 hour per week. This hour predominantly entailed feedback from both English language, communication, and chemistry instructors, as well as students on areas such as the following. The areas previously referred to in the preceding file include a written review of what was done the week before, which was shared by students in groups, projected on screen. Presentation and discussion of the new topic using examples and illustrations that made reference to one or more areas of their studies. Written speech activity related to the topic at hand in context that were relevant to the areas of study, and an oral report from the students on what they had learned and progress, if any, that was made. Additionally, a multi-method approach was used to evaluate learning gains by collecting data from student response to surveys, engaging in semi-structured interviews, and evaluating student performance by grading of assessment tasks. Results from this initiative proved to be generally positive. For instance, reports from students attested to the usefulness of the intervention. This is supported by the fact that 98.5% of responses revealed student application of what was learned regarding communication skills to their current course as well as other courses, while 97.1% of responses attested to the usefulness of the writing intervention in enhancing their communication skills. Secondly, on an average, a higher percentage of positive responses, 81.9%, were reported as opposed to negative responses at 12%. At the same time, it was revealed that both chemistry and communication instructors reported improvements in students' communication skills, particularly as these related to core science content, and this led to the recommendation that the tasks continue to be integrated into the chemistry course. Further results also indicate that there is only a marginal difference between the averages for the sub-themes for current utility and for future utility. The figures are given in this slide. This marginal difference is also reflected in the average percentages of current and future utility. The aforementioned findings strongly indicate that current utility and future utility are generally viewed by students as having equal value. The results of this study strongly indicate the success of the intervention in that chemistry students generally viewed the writing intervention as having had a positive impact on their attitude and perception regarding the importance of communication skills. This is evidenced by feedback which confirmed not only students' enhanced awareness of important aspects of writing, but also their belief that their writing would improve and their willingness to apply what they had learned to improve their writing. These findings are in keeping with a study by Barrell, Han, Welch, and Fox, 2013, in which they reported that students felt that writing instruction and feedback helped them to understand what was expected of them. The findings of this study also resonate with those of Stewart et al. 2015, who reported that students responded positively to a writing initiative introduced into chemistry courses, noting that the writing instruction both increased their awareness as well as fostered improvement. Additionally, this writing initiative also enabled students to recognize the importance of writing and effective communication. This is supported by students' report that they were able to see improvements and also recognize the importance of writing, which helped them to view writing in a more positive light. As a result, students reported that they were now willing to use what they have learned by applying it to other courses. Certainly, one of the best ways of displaying a greater understanding of something is in applying it to other contexts in which it might be useful. Furthermore, one of the major recurrent themes was utility, i.e. usefulness. More specifically, the student's perception of the usefulness of the insertion of communication skills guidance into their chemistry course. Students showed recognition in terms of the importance of the writing instruction and how it can be used both at present and in the future. It should also be noted that 76.5% of student responses indicated confidence in the improvement of their writing science assignments. This is supported once more by results from research undertaken by Brownell, 2013, who reported that students' overall ability to communicate science and their confidence in doing so had improved. This study has clear implications for the link between literacy education and disciplinary study, and even more important, students' perception of their learning from writing as opposed to mere testing of learning outcomes. More specifically, the fact that proficiency in communication is being regarded increasingly as equally important in achievement in the sciences as is technical knowledge strongly suggests the need to revisit the existing course formats of many institutions of higher learning in favor of infusing communication skills pedagogy into the delivery of science courses. The aforementioned suggested link between literacy, education, and disciplinary study calls for a radical view of the partitioning of disciplines where each is viewed as a separate and at times alien entity, in favor of an institutional change to a more integrated approach to learning. These findings also have implications for equity, given the essential role of communication skills in students' academic and professional performance and development. Academic institutions must make increased concerted efforts to ensure that all students are given the same exposure to this important area. The above suggestions regarding the way forward strongly suggest the need for interdisciplinary understanding that not only supports the explanation of the scientific method itself, but also supports textual and discursive issues specific to the writing of specific genres. Suggestions of further research include additional investigation of students' perception of their performance, for example, a qualitative or quantitative study or both of before and after intervention for purposes of comparison. Another suggestion for further research would be to undertake a study similar to the one undertaken on students from another discipline, for example, social sciences or humanities and education, to verify if results similar to those from this study would be obtained, and if not, what factors might cause disparity. And yet another suggestion would be a comparison between student and instructor expectations and perceptions, re the effectiveness of writing intervention. Another area of interest worthy of exploration might be the correlation between the quality of students' approaches to writing and the way they think about writing as a way of learning and level of achievement. And finally, the relationship between the perceived benefits of communication skills intervention and writing performance in the discipline could also be another area worthy of further research. Thanks for your attention, ladies and gentlemen. Please send questions to ingridmclaren@gmail.com. Have a great day. Goodbye.